everyone, my name is Mithra, and I'm a pet parent, wife, and friend. For those of you wondering why I chose to introduce myself that way today, well, why is it that we choose to define ourselves by the job that we have, or the career that we are in? There's so much more to us than that, and I believe that everyone should have the opportunity to pursue something they are really interested in and love rather than working in a job for someone else, just to put food on the table. I always imagined myself having a free life, with no worry for time or money, so that I could be putting my energy towards the things that I really wanted to do in life. For example, I wanted to always spend time with my family, travel the world, and most importantly, make a positive global impact. So take a second to think about this. If you had all the time and money in the world, what would you be doing? I would encourage you to write that down and revisit that later so that you can actually have something to work towards and realize what your life is meant to be for and the passions and dreams and goals that you have within yourselves. Anyways, this kind of freedom of not having to worry about time or money so that I could do what I really wanted to do in life is what drove me to my career and drove me forward in my life as well. I believe that education is what empowers people, as well as is what solves many of the global issues that we're facing today. My background is in neuroscience, so I don't have an MBA. However, I am currently a full-time entrepreneur at the age of 22, currently running 2 businesses. So how did I do that? As far as my so-called secret behind this, I'll share a little bit about that today, but my journey started a little bit with my first trip to India. As you can see, I am of Indian origin, but I was born and raised here in the US. When I first visited India, I was about 8 or 9 years old, and when I went there, I saw the economic state of the people living in poverty, and that was a big eye-opener for me. I was pretty shocked at the way the things were, and I realized that what I wanted to do with my life at most at that time was to make a positive contribution in that direction. So I also realized that the best way to do that, and the conclusion that I came to over the many years that I've lived, is that the best way to help people make a difference in their lives is to teach them self-sufficiency. And that is what led to me to start my first online education business at the age of 17 years old. Now, that's when my life took a little interesting turn. So when I was about 18 years old, I moved out of the house due to different reasons, and I went off to college. So I was left to fend for myself, and I had to support myself financially and otherwise. So at this point, I was working 4 jobs, I was running my business, and I was putting myself through my undergrad degree. So things were adding up, and amidst all of this, and I'll spare you guys some of the details, I did, have a phase of depression, I got scammed, and so many other challenges presented themselves along the way. So that's when I realized, okay, things are getting bad, and the real eye-opener for me at that moment was the stress, because the stress really added up. It affected my life pretty negatively and my health negatively, to a point where I ended up in the emergency room 3 times in the same week. If that's not an eye-opener, I don't know what is. So at that point, I realized, okay, I've got to make some changes for myself. Despite all of the things that I went through, I obviously have grown through that, and today I am a successful business owner of 2 companies in online education and in health. As you can see, age, degree, background, none of that is a factor in being your own boss and taking control of your own life. I'll share my secret quickly as far as how I managed to do these things. So my so-called secret has 2 parts. The first being that in my life journey, I've had different advisors or guides who pushed me along in the right direction, which ultimately led me to find my current mentors today. And without their guidance, I wouldn't be where I am. I can't tell you how great it is to be just a call or a text away from someone who's knowledgeable, experienced, and well-connected to others to help me get the best guidance from them. For example, if I needed complex advice in terms of business, or maybe simple advice in terms of my personal life as to which apartment should I move in, or should I go for a PhD, I can reach out to them and I can talk to them and get the advice that I need to move forward in my life. And the best part about having a mentor is that they've already had that experience in life, so I can learn from their experiences to propel myself forward. Because of their guidance, I'm able to make better choices in my life and prepone many of my goals. For example, I wanted to be a full-time entrepreneur at the age of 25, but because of their guidance, I was able to achieve this by 22. So to sum up, I would encourage you to find yourselves a mentor. who can guide you in all areas of life based on their life experiences. And you want this to be a mentor who is living the ideal life that you want so they can best guide you in that direction. Secondly, to fuel my ambition, I've managed my stress, sleep, and also be able to focus on what needs to get done. I've seen so many people of all different ages, be that students, parents, whatever it is, that have experienced health issues or skin issues or life stress issues, and that makes a negative impact in their life. But making small little changes in the positive direction can also make our lives positive as well. In fact, my husband, he's a 31-year-old individual, but when you look at him, you would think he was in his mid-20s. And that also just has to do with what you're putting in your body, on your body, and in your mind. So despite being in a post-COVID world, it is absolutely possible to thrive in every area of your life. In this day and age, I feel that it is my moral responsibility to pass along what I've learned so that you can make the most of it and hopefully avoid making the same mistakes that I have. So if you find yourself where I was a few years ago, looking for a mentor, or be that you're looking for better health and improving your health in different aspects of getting access to organic plant-based products, feel free to reach out to me. Let's connect. Here's to staying happy, healthy, and beautiful inside and out.